Effie, you're the lady who's leading this Fibra project, and I understand it's funded by the European Commission
Yes.
and also by the Chinese government.
Actually, the European partners, they are taking funding from EU. Only one Chinese partner is being funded by Fibra, and additional money are coming from a Chinese Agricultural Science of Academy.
Well, why is China important to you?
Why China is important? Because the fiber crops are very important in China. They have very long history on this area. That's why they are very important. And when in Europe they tried to find a common area to collaborate, they found that in this area Europe can learn lessons from their experience. It was an area that with common interest.
So what do you want to achieve for Europe from this project and from this collaboration?
Okay. China, they are very good on genetics. They have very deep knowledge on the cultivation. While in Europe, we have done a lot on mechanization, on the final products, but on breeding, we need a lot of things to be done. So we are going to exchange information, and from their experience, we will become better on the breeding and the crops, crop agronomy. While Europe is better on mechanization, processing, and end products.
So it sounds to me like this is a good partnership.
Yes, and actually we're very happy with the Chinese partners because they are doing very nice work and they are very devoted to this project.
Effie, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So, Professor Tan, so you're moving from Rami, which you say is declining, and you've joined this project, which is funded jointly by the European Commission and the Chinese government.
Yeah.
And what sort of things are you going to be looking at from a Chinese perspective in that project?
Yes, I'm very happy to join this project because from this project I know a lot of information about the technology advanced in Europe. And from this project, I want to next 2020 have to resolve 3 points of technical point. First is house technology, because a lot of people go to town or to go to city and have to use some machine to.
So do you think that there will be young Chinese people from your institute, for example, coming to European universities to learn some of the new technology and perhaps teach us some things too?
Well, we have a lot of students graduate from the college or the university. They can go to the countryside to train the farmers, because we have to train a lot of students who will graduate university.
Professor Tan, thank you very much. I can see with the ideas you have and the project working between China and the European Union that you're going to have a successful outcome. At least I hope so. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.
So you've come all the way from the Netherlands to contribute to this Fibra project. What's your particular strength?
Breeding genetics of fiber crops.
Now, I've heard from Professor Tang that China is quite strong on breeding of fibre crops. How will your work fit in with his work?
So in fact we are collaborating. So we are, for example, in the multi-hemp project using Chinese lines to compare with the European lines. And in the miscanthus is in fact a Chinese crop. So we have all the genotypes that we have, a lot of the genotypes we have, they are coming from China, and we are collaborating with them.
So 5 years we'll have the plants, and how long before we have them in the field as farmers?
We are now testing it in the field for the new varieties that we have developed. So I think that the farmers will have it within a few years. My expectations would be 4 to 5 years.
Louisa, thank you very much. And you're working at which university?
University of Wrocław.
Yeah.
And at the same time, Wrocław Research Center, ITA+.
And what's your main area of research relative to this Fibra project?
My area of research are fibers for textile applications, fibers which have decreased pectin or lignin content. So I'm investigating their properties.
And what will happen when you've finished your work? Will you have a new variety of flax? Or will you have a new process for growing flax?
Well, our aim is to generate new types of flax. So have ready a new flax variety with described characteristic properties and given further application.
And how long do you think it'll be before industry is selling it to me as a farmer?
I think, you see, it's from my side, if I'm to have ready a project of fibers and flax, it's short because it's within years, I don't know, 1, 2, 3 years, it's ready. But if we are talking about regulations and law side and administration, that I can tell you, because it can be 5 years and it can be 15 years.
So we have to wait and hope, do we?
Yeah, that's all we can in this field.
Marta, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Talking about this Fibra project that you're in as a Lithuanian member, which areas are you looking at in the project?
In the project, I'm responsible for genetics of flax, fiber flax.
And what,
genetics and genomics, task 1-1.
And which aspects do you think need to be improved in flax?
Not so many people are working on flax genetics at the moment. So it would be nice that some more researchers would be working in this area. Because when I was writing report and getting some references, I was missing references, new references about this.
So in fact, you've built on what you were already doing. You were sending seed to China,
yes.
Exchanging seed,
yes.
And now with the help of EU funding and with Chinese funding for your Chinese colleagues, you're able to develop that work.
Yes, and we are meeting each other, talking about methods, about equipment which they are using, which we are using.
I look forward to some very improved flax in the future. Sophia, thank you very much. Now, I understand that you've just given a paper showing the pros and cons of trade and business and so forth between the European Union and the People's Republic of China.
Indeed.
What are the key elements of your work that you found?
Well, the basic thing is that we have a lot of problems in common. That we are in a declining market for flax and hemp, especially in the textile field, and that there is a need for innovation in both in Europe and in China.
Let's be a little bit more self-centered. What's in it for the Netherlands?
For the Netherlands, I think we are good in selling seeds, in selling goods, and we're in the trade business.
So are you talking about new jobs from this Fibra project?
New jobs, but also new technologies and also possibilities for mechanization.
And what sort of time scale have you got on this?
Let me think. If there are some real good payments coming, I would say in 5 years' time we have achieved a lot. In 10 years' time we do it.
So in 5 years' time, what will my shirt be made from?
Linen or hemp. Right.
Jan van Dam, thank you very much. I hear that you've been talking about the use of the production of paper today, and someone said you'd been looking at hemp to make paper. Is this a realistic option?
Yes, it is a realistic option because during centuries paper has been made from hemp, and it is a plant that is widely researched on this topic.
Now your institute is here in Poland. How long is it going to be before your work is out through the rest of the European Union?
Whoa, that's a hard question. Well, we want to bring it to industry as fast as we can. However, right now we have it only on half industrial scale, and it is a test production line. So we don't know when we will come to perfect this technology, so it can be introduced to the end industry and then spread across Europe.
So has industry seen your line yet? What do they think of your pilot?
We are cooperating with Arctic Paper, a big European producer of cellulose and paper.
And will this be for the daily newspaper, or will it be for quality note paper, or will it be for cigarette papers?
The idea of this technology is to produce common papers, so from everything from printing paper to toilet paper.
And on that happy note, thank you very much. I've just been looking at some of your presentations and some of your research. And you talk about socioeconomics. What do you really mean by socioeconomics?
It's mixing social aspects with economic aspects. It's important for the project to be, from the economic point of view, with some lucrative aspects, but at the same time, it cannot be detrimental for the population.
But you're talking about balancing it, but I hear you're working with dirty water.
Of course, because it's dirty, but it's full with nutrients that are important for the plants.
So how clean does your dirty water become after you've used it on plants?
In the work that we presented today, that was about wastewater rich in zinc and copper, the biomass system can treat about 95% of the amount of zinc and copper that are in the water.
Well, certainly your work sounds like it's going to be a big clean-up for us, and that would be a great help. Anna Louise, thank you so much.
Thank you.